and welcome to lesson number 3. So I hope you've had fun practicing your sun salutes from lesson number 1 and your standing postures from lesson number 2. And good news, lesson number 3 is all sitting down. So we're going to work with 5 seated postures that you'll commonly find in lots of yoga classes. So for this you will need a couple of things. 2 folded blankets, or if you don't have some nice big blankets, some beach towels are just as good. So I've got mine folded about this big. So that's a nice size, and stack them up one on top of the other. And the other thing you'll need is a strap. And if you don't have a proper yoga strap, then you can grab a scarf or anything long that you can hold on to. Okay, so let's first start by sitting on the edge of the blankets. And just in a comfortable cross-legged position with your sit bones on the edge of the blanket and the legs just resting down. So when you first start yoga, if you're not used to sitting on the floor, you may find your lower back tends to want to roll backwards, and it's not so easy to get that lift in the spine. So that's the work of yoga, and especially the seated postures, is really getting your lower back to be very strong and to support your belly. Our habits of sitting in chairs and driving, etc., is not so great for our back. So yoga is really good to get that balance back. So sit on the edge of the blankets, take one hand onto the lower back, one hand onto the lower belly, and just rock back and forth the pelvis. So back is where our back often is when we're sitting, and now bring the lower back forward and feel that it creates a nice curve there, and that's your natural curve of your lower back, and we aim to have that as often as possible in our everyday life. So we're going to try and keep that for the following seated forward bends. So the reason that we sit on a blanket is just to give you a bit of advantage. So off the blanket, you might find that your pelvis tips back quite a lot. So by sitting on a blanket, your pelvis has the opportunity to roll forward and gives you lots more opportunity to get that natural curve in the lower back. So see if you can just hold here for a few breaths, really keeping this lower back curve, which will naturally open up some space in your belly and start to tone your internal organs and get the muscles of your belly coming to play, and so that lower back and the belly can work together. Just place the hands onto the thighs, stretch the spine up, and take 3 nice long deep breaths here, focusing on this natural curve here. Breathe in deeply and breathe out smoothly. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Very nice. So let's see if we can keep this nice shape in our lower back for the next few postures. First one is Janu Sirsasana, which is also called head to knee pose. So take your right leg along the mat and take your left leg, fold it, and have the sole of the foot in contact with your inner right thigh. As much as you can, flex the right foot, and if your leg is straight, then leave it straight. If that is immediately starting to make you quiver and round in the back, then bend the leg, and with the bent leg, just get back again, that nice curve in the back. Okay, strap. See if you can lasso it around the leg. So again, straight leg or bent leg. Stretch up, take one hand, feel the lower back, feel it moving in and slightly up, really lengthening the front of the body. So Janu Sirsasana, breathe in and breathe out. Just take the chest forward a little bit. Breathe in and breathe out. Take the chest forward a little bit more. You'll start to feel the hamstrings coming into play here. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. Release and come up. So a tendency often in forward bends is to get the head onto their knee at all costs, which often looks like this, and a very kind of rounded back. So It's great to start this way, even though you might think, oh my God, my head's nowhere near my knee. Little by little, over the months, over a long time of practicing, you'll be able to lay your head nicely on your shin. So just be patient with yourself. Come up, release the belt, take the right hand and pop it onto your left knee. Take the left hand, again pop it into the lower back, move the lower back in and up, create that curve, and then just place the fingertips onto the blanket or the floor behind you. Just have a look at your right foot, have the foot flexed and the big toe pointing up. So again here, your leg can be straight or bent depending on your hamstrings. So we're taking Janu Sirsasana into a twist. So breathe in deeply, feel the whole spine get long, and then exhale. Just initiate a small twist, moving your belly button just back to the wall behind you. Breathe in deeply here, and then exhale. Your right hip may have wanted to come for the ride. So if that's happened for you, really sit down very strongly through the right hip. Breathe in deeply, find some length in the middle of the back. And as you breathe out, turn your right ribs towards your left ribs. Breathe in deeply, find a bit of extra length between the shoulder blades. And then exhale, turn the middle of your chest towards the wall behind you. Breathe in deeply, find some extra length in the back of the neck. And as you breathe out, turn the chin just a little bit. Turn the eyeballs a little bit. Breathe in deeply, feel a sense of beautiful spiral all the way up the spine. And then breathe out, start to unravel, start with the eyes, the chin, the chest, the belly button, and come back to center. Take a moment to pause there, feel the spine just come back to its very natural state, and then change sides. So bend the right leg, straighten the left, take the sole of the foot into the inner thigh, and so this leg, depending on your hamstrings, you can have it bent or have it straight. Grab the belt, lasso it around the bottom of the foot. Take your right hand, cup it into the lower back, feel that natural curve, so move the back in and up, get that nice sense of lift through the whole spine. So breathe in here, keep the spine long. Breathe out, just send the chest directly forward as opposed to just down. Breathe in deeply, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, take the chest forward. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out. One more breath here. Breathe in, beautiful long breath. And breathe out, move the chest slightly forward. Breathe in, release the belt. Again, this leg, have it straight or a little bit bent. Either way, have the foot flexed and the big toe pointing directly up. Take the left hand, pop it onto the right knee. Take the right hand, really put it into the lower back here and deliberately move the lower back in and up. Get a nice lift through the whole spine, and then release this right hand onto the blankets or to the mat behind you. Breathe in, get a sense of length through the whole spine, and then exhale, initiate a little bit of a turn, your belly button towards the wall behind you. Breathe in, and if your left bottom has come off the mat or the blankets, then deliberately place it back down as you breathe out. Breathe in deeply, find some length through the middle of the back, and then as you exhale, really turn your left ribs towards your right ribs. Breathe in deeply, find some extra length between the shoulder blades, and as you breathe out, turn the chest. Breathe in, find a little bit of extra length through the back of the neck, and breathe out, turn the chin just a little bit, and then turn the eyeballs, so really look behind your right shoulder. Breathe in, beautiful spiral through the whole spine, and as you breathe out, release, start with the eyes, the chin, the chest, the belly button. Take the hands onto the thighs, just release, pause, let everything neutralize, and then release the feet. So next posture is Paschimottanasa, which is a forward bend. So not the easiest of forward bends, but it's one you will very much commonly find in a lot of yoga classes. And I'll show you It's coming forward like this. Often I see this a lot where people will just sort of come down and have a big arch in the back, which is, it's okay once or twice, but it's not a sustainable way to practice it. Over time you won't really get much stretch in the hamstrings. So bend the knees. Again, feel your lower back moving in and up. So you want to keep as much as you can that curve. Grab your strap or whatever you're using, your long thing. Hold the strap in order to get the lift of the chest and really feel the whole spine grow nice and long, and you can really feel the arch in the lower back. So breathe in deeply here, and then exhale, take your chest directly forward. Breathe in deeply, feel the length in the spine, and then breathe out, chest directly forward. Breathe in, and breathe out, chest moves forward. Breathe in, release, and so you may want to wriggle your heels a little further away from you. Give it one more go. If that immediately starts to round your back, then just keep them back, and over time it will change, I promise. Okay, so one more time with a little bit more length in the hamstrings. So breathe in, lift the chest, feel the arch in the lower back. Breathe out, move the chest directly forward. Breathe in, stretch the spine nice and long. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in, come up. Release the strap, pop it down beside you. Just give the legs a little bit of a wobble. Okay, so the next posture is called Upavistha, Konasana. So it's a wide leg forward fold. All these fancy names. Okay, so take the legs not super duper wide, just enough that you can still touch your knees or the shins here. And again, depending on you and your back and your hamstring dynamic, if you feel like you immediately have trouble holding your lower back up, then bend the knees and lift. So you're rolling the pelvis forward, finding that natural arch in the lower back. Flex the feet, so the legs are very strong. The outer knees, just move them out. The tendency is for everything to curl in. So see if you can get the back straight, the outer knees moving out a little bit. Take the fingers just on the floor next to you, lift the spine, breathe in, and then exhale, just take the chest directly forward. Breathe in and exhale. So that might be enough for you, keeping this natural curve in your spine. If you've got a little bit more, take the hands in front of you and you can take the legs anywhere towards straight. Keep the feet flexed just to keep the legs very strong. So breathe in, lengthen the spine, feel the arch in the lower back, and then exhale, move the chest directly forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time. You can creep the hands a little bit more forward if you're feeling pretty zippy there. You can take the heels a little further out if you're feeling okay with that. Keep the feet flexed. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. Send the chest directly forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Creep the hands back. Slide the heels in. Walk the feet together. And our last posture is called Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose, or sometimes called diamond pose and sometimes called cobbler pose. Okay, so stay on the blanket, bring the soles of the feet together, and which your knees will be quite a long way up. So if you find your inner legs here are quite tight and that's enough for you, then hold the feet together and get the lower back lift just like this. And that'll be your posture, and you'll breathe just here, really focusing on this natural curve in your lower back and just easing into the inner thighs. If you've got a little bit more space there, you can open the feet up as if you're reading your feet, and the knees will go out a little more. And again, the same thing, hold the feet, get the whole spine nice and long, feel the natural curve in the lower back. So either stay here upright, if you've got a little bit more room to move, breathe in deeply, and then exhale, taking the chest directly forward, and then release the hands. Take the hands out in front of you. Breathe in, stretch the chest, lengthen the spine, and then breathe out, take the chest forward. Breathe in deeply, and breathe out, chest moves forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in last time, and breathe out, gently walking the hands back towards you. Hold the knees very slowly, bring the knees towards each other. Take your legs again into a comfortable cross leg. Place the hands into the middle of the thighs. One last time, really feel that lift in the lower back. Feel the front of the body nice and tall. You'll find that you automatically get some nice posture across the chest and the upper back. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Bow the chin towards the chest. Take a nice full deep breath in here. And a nice long smooth breath out. Very nice. So open the eyes. Release the hands. Well done. Very nice work. And so next exciting chapter is we're going to work with some gentle back bending movements and introduce you to inversions. That's upside down. So I will see you then. Thank you very much. Namaste.